What's the best workflow to link master schedule milestones to phase pull plans? If you ever lived on a construction project, you've seen this movie before. The master schedule says we're on track, and the field says, no, we're not. The milestone is sitting there in Primavera or MS project, beautiful and confident, while the phase plan is getting rebuilt every week because reality showed up again. So the question isn't just, how do I link milestones to pull plans? The real question is, how do I make the schedule true in the field without turning scheduling into a policing exercise? Hi, I'm Mike. I'm a builder and innovator who's worked as a designer, a subcontractor, a GC, and an owner, and now I run the customer success team at Outbuild. Here's how I think about construction planning. The master schedule is the contractual story of the job, major dates, milestones, and long-range intent. The phase pull plan is the operational truth of the job, who's doing what, when, and what has to happen first. Most teams treat those as separate worlds, and that's why projects drift. The schedule becomes a document, not a system. The best workflow links them through one thing: clear milestone ownership and a repeatable cadence that turns milestones into commitments. So here's the best workflow in one line. Start with the milestone, build the phase plan backward from it, convert handoffs into measurable constraints, then manage weekly commitments that roll up to the milestone. And the reason this matters, it's not just planning, it's alignment. It's the difference between we hope to hit the date and we know what has to be true to hit the date. Step 1. Milestone hygiene. Before you plan anything, the milestone itself has to be field usable. That means each milestone you're linking has to have a single accountable owner, has to have a clear definition of done, and it has to have the right level of granularity. If the milestone isn't crisp, your pull plan will be crisp looking and still wrong. Step 2, build the phase pull plan backward from the milestone, not forward, backward. And the point isn't sticky notes, the point is building a chain of promises. Who hands off to whom, what conditions must be true for the next trade to start, and where does the risk actually live? Here's the move most teams skip. For every handoff, capture the constraint explicitly. For example, capture design approvals, material, procurement, access and logistics, inspections, crew availability, and long lead equipment dates. Because constraints are silent schedule killers. And if you don't name them early, you pay for them late. Step 3 is where the link actually becomes real. You translate the pull plan into a weekly commitment workflow. Not activities, commitments. Trades make promises they can actually keep. Constraints get tracked like first-class work. And the team learns fast where reliability is breaking down. This is the gap that Outbuild exists to close. Because the master schedule doesn't fail because it's wrong, it fails because nothing operational is connected to it in a disciplined way. When weekly commitments are tied back to the phase sequence and milestones, you get something rare in construction: predictability. This is what Outbuild was built for. It's not just about digitizing planning. It's building a system where milestones become phase targets and phase targets become weekly commitments. Weekly commitments become analytics-backed visibility, and visibility becomes earlier intervention. Finally, earlier intervention becomes on-time delivery. Because in construction, time doesn't disappear all at once. It disappears in small misses. A constraint that wasn't cleared, a handoff that wasn't ready, a promise that wasn't real. Outbuild helps teams see those misses early, learn from them, and protect the milestone without burning people out. If you want the best workflow in real life, here's what you can do starting Monday. Pick one milestone in the next 6 to 10 weeks, define done, and assign one owner. Pull plan backward with the trades and write constraints down for every handoff. Turn the plan into weekly commitments and constraint removal every week. Review reliability and blockers weekly and adjust forward-looking work, not just last week's misses. That's the link. Outbuild's not just a software. It's a way of working where the schedule isn't a document you defend, it's a system you run. And when you link milestones to pull plans the right way, you don't just hit dates, you build trust.